Ah, we are live. Alrighty. Hey, everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. How you doing, David? Now, today we are on to the Boss Mustang. Yes. Um, and the color I wish to complete most is chrome. We're getting well and truly through our hand painting at this stage, and das ist good, yeah. Um, Sehr gut. I'm trying to think what I'd now. And it's curious. It's really easy to translate it into German because some of it's so obvious, like you just heard. Latin, that is good. Good, Ben. Oh, I'm going to spare you. Going to spare myself. What's more. Um, anyway, so my primary focus is chrome. I would still like to do a bit of tidy up work on the steel. And we'll choose some other colors from there. Yes, we will. Well, see how time goes. Now, I'm a silly bugger at times, you know. Now, we all know the drill, peeps. Mm. Coffee, 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 chameleon. I'll stop right there, shall I? Yes, I shall. Let's bring that camera around. Now, foist things first. We're going to go over those bits of steel because they don't take very long in actuality, just to get them done and dusted. Then we'll identify our chrome bits, and this we will then do. Very simple operation in my eyes. Let's first move in, shall we? Ouch. Dearie me. Dearie, dearie me, Governor. I think I've got the incorrect. I've got two boxes of Mustang stuff. This is what, and I've got some of the correct bits. Yes, here we go. Here's some steel bits. Yes, they are. These are steel as well. We might as well just give them a bit of love. Yes. Now, what was the other bit? There was another bit, was there? One, two. Oh, that's right. There was this little bit on the rear wall here. I'm less bothered about redoing that. That's fine. It's like only a little stripe. So we shan't get too stressed about that. Now, I suspect, however, something I would like to quickly check. Give me a moment. I think there's actually a bit of steel on these. We shall check that. Now. I see I see what goes on here, kids. Alrighty. Now. Boom. Rip. Bing. No, I want you to hang on. Please, maybe. There we go. Now. Okay, I don't need it right now. What am I doing? What am I doing, kids? Now let's look for steel. Boom. This will be short, sharp, and shiny, yeah? Now, that's probably a bit too zoomed in. That's probably okay for the time being. I mean, what I'm about to do does not require any great finesse, so you'll be able to see it from a distance quite happily. Deedly, but let's get this paint properly mixed. And then we shall take care of business, we shall. Yes. Now, give me a moment. Where the hell's the paper towel? That is potentially inconvenient. Give me a moment. Because I'm moving, I'm putting shit all around the place. You know, it gets a bit rumpty. Okay. Because I'm going to need some paper towel at some stage of proceedings. That's a given. Excuse me a moment. There it is. Dearie me. Dearie me, kids. I'll grab a couple of bits of paper towel right now. And I actually need one for myself. Because... Pop them there. That there. Back in. Recommence shaking. The paint, that is, not me. Well, shake, shake. Never leave that there. Excuse me for a moment. I suppose the other shake line from music would be the old Sir Mix-a-Lot. Shake it, shake that healthy butt. How can we put that with? Well, it's pretty easy with that. Shake it, shake that. That's a lack of paint. Shake it, shake that lack of paint. Baby's got paint. Baby got steel. I'll stop there as well. I reckon we're good to go, kids. Let's do this. Scary fact of about Baby Got Back. I actually can probably still do the whole set of lyrics. Yeah. Is there any great? Is that something you wish to be noted for? That depends on the individual. I've got someone paint on my bloody finger there. That's a bit suboptimal. That suggests to me. But no, none down there. Whatever. How the hell did I get it on my finger? Pull my finger. Whenever I think of that rather poor line of parental humour, I'm reminded of there's a Simpsons episode where it sort of projects into the future, where I think it's because Lisa goes to see a fortune teller, and she tells her about her future, obviously about her future, and at one stage it has her meeting this English guy, and he's perfect in every way, so far as she can tell, until it all goes horribly wrong, of course. But at one stage when he first meets Homer, Homer greets him with I can't remember what the opening line is, but then he follows it up with, "Now pull my finger," and the boyfriend goes, "Yes, we have that joke in the United Kingdom too, Mr. Simpson." And Homer laughs. He's there. "Oh, good. Now pull my finger." Yeah. I won't joke. It wasn't joking. We're starting to get a bit more consistency on our silver here. Not silver, steel. Finally. Now our chrome. That's better. Now we're getting a look rather than a hodgepodge. Right. A bit more at the top, perhaps. There we go. Oops, please tell me I didn't get one of the things I don't want to get. This colour on. No, we are good. We're all good in the hood. I'll just come down the side. There we go. This is the drive shaft. I'll give everyone a zoom in once I've completed it, which won't be long. And then we ID all our bits that we need to paint. Chrome. And then some of them we don't need to. Some of them we do. One thing we do need to do is the excuse me, bolts on our mags. So yeah. Yeah, right. Now that'll go. Because these are so thin, one of the things they do, yeah, is they tend to retract very tightly. You'll actually see that to some extent here, I think. We'll see how it's going to operate. Now, first things first, let's just quickly drive shaft. And if you look there, you can see it'll take a little while. Now that's the same steel color. Now what you'll notice is, I'll just give you a bit of, there we go. That you can see how it's gathering already quite tightly around some of the bits and bobs there, whatever those bits and bobs are. As it dries, it'll get even tighter and should give us a nice look on that piece now. Zoom out a bit. Now, oh hey Paul, how are you doing? Now, we'll pop that to the side. That's what I wanted to check. First we'll do, give me a moment. This headset's really starting to give me the heaves. Oh, for fuck's sake, Richie. Now, that, for fuck's sake, Richie, is from and the humour here, or it's from a range of sketches put out by a guy named, I think it was Billy Birmingham, and he called himself the 12th Man. And he used to do parodies on the wide world of sports, which is, as you can gather, a sports program over here. I don't know, you may have had something similar over in your countries. I don't know. Anyway, point being, he did this thing with because Tony Gregg, who you may or may not be familiar with, actually, wait, you probably are, David. Quicker gets into Wales and stuff and all that sort of caper. You might remember him, I don't know. Anyway, point being, he used to do pitch reports, and they had Tony Grug with the pitch report, trying to do a parody of his parody, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, point being that once he'd done his pitch report, he was he called back to Rucci. Now it's back to Rucci in the central missionary position. And gets the response of, oh, for fuck's sake, Tony, it's the central commentary position. So, yeah, for fuck's sake. I said Richie, didn't I? But I may have got the commentary line wrong. Either way. That's coming up really nicely now, those steel parts. Sorry, I'm just checking them out. They're going to look nice. That's what you want. This is what you want. That is what you get. Now, something I shall quickly do. E goes just around there. Now, what I want to check here, because I might not be cleaning this brush immediately. Let me just be happy here, you. I ask you people. Right. Now, apparently, these are not all aluminium on the wheels. What we're going to do, we're going to need to be cautious. The first part we can do quite easily, and that's just around here. Now, this is again going to be a thing of probably a few layers required. But never mind. Never mind. If I'd known that, I'd probably have masked them off. Now, once I've done that area on all four of these, I'm going to go around the edge of that spot with the finer brush. And then all right. Now, once we've got that done, it will be time for our chrome work. It won't take us to. Oh, we have to do some. This is, yeah. Bit of mucky muck happened then. Never mind. Because I'm trying to keep it nice, and I'm getting a bit onto aluminium areas. That's okay. We're getting a bit of runoff. That's how thin these paints actually are. But we can fix that. We can fix that. Although I can see they are going to look better for doing that as well. I'll give you a zoom in on a completed one in due course. Give me a moment. Now, rather looking forward to getting stuck into the chrome, actually. I've come to the realization that I might not get airbrushing done before I move. And because when I move, it's the same week that I get my hip done. God, I'm looking forward to that. I both am and am not. I'm not happy about the fact that for a little while I'm going to be not moving so well. I am happy about the fact that in the longer term it'll be better. Yeah. Point. Anyway, getting back to the point. And that's because I certainly know that with this, there's quite a lot of hand brushing I still need to do. And I don't want to do, I want to do the airbrushing once I've got all the hand brushing stuff done. Hang on a moment. And similarly with the P51B, and the BF109A, I'm only going to get the fuselage together on the next stream, let alone with the wing. So in that sort of in that way, well, because of that, I would say I'm probably actually not going to be airbrushing. I'll probably spend the week of moving on the Viking. Get a lot of work done on that, which would be kind of cool, because I'll only be doing probably 2 or 3 streams because of the fact of moving, getting ready for surgery, all that sort of shit. And then, of course, I'm going to be in surgery on the Friday. But all being well, I'll be oot and about in time to do a stream on my Tuesday, which would be Monday for most of you guys, I think. And then we can get on to our airbrushing. That would be the plan. But that's much further down the track. Now, almost done with this color. I'm probably going to want my goggles for this. Excuse me. Yeah. These fuckers. You know what? I annoy myself at times, and I don't mean that. No. I'll explain. I know I've got this headset that I need to fix. Excuse me, I'll just adjust you guys a bit. And well, I don't need to fix it. I need to replace it. Story ends. Now, knowing that, I keep forgetting when I go out to do it. And that's how I annoy myself. Now, when I do this rim, one thing that there's going to be spots where I nail the aluminium, and that will probably be more easily tidied up than the other way around. And that's fine. That's okay. That's okay. There we go. Right. Now, actually, you can see how that's going to give a, sorry, I had a nice sort of definition. You can see how also the axle is a black color, but it locks onto that, and then of course it creates that separation of various bits, and I like that, and it's really good how they've said to do that. I like it. Now, mouthful of coffee, and we should get the other three done. Then, as I said, we ID our chrome parts, or at least those parts that we are required to paint chrome. Not all of them you do. Now, into there. All right. So how are we all doing today? Hope we're doing well. I am, on the whole, doing very well. Alrighty. Getting there. Now, I'll probably need to revisit these, and that's fine. Oops. All right. Boom. Oh, yeah, nice. Well, who can't honestly say they haven't mowed the grass on one time or another? I know I have. Dealy. Now. And done. Last one. Ribeye score. I made myself a Moroccan beef salad for dinners last night. Well, that's what I call it. What it basically was I went for a Greek salad, just straight lettuce, cucumber, tomato, threw in a bit of feta, some olives, and did stir-fried beef but in a Moroccan sauce, just straight out of the Master Foods jar. I cheated, didn't go all out. And then once that was done, just dumped it into the bowl, and it was fucking yum as. Yes, it was. I don't reckon that, or I reckon, perhaps there's a better way around, that I should be good to go or recommence streaming just as soon as I get home from surgery, because ultimately it's not because I'm sitting down, and I'm not doing the sort of movement that should create any issues for my hip in its recovery. So I would suggest that, yeah. Alrighty. There we go. So there's yeah. There'll be a few. What the hell's happened? Oh, that's okay. It was just for a moment there. I was briefly worried about because the thing on the camera blacked out. Oh no! But it was just that it fades out over time and goes into its little thing. Anyway, that's them done. Now, that's all our steel done for the time being, I would say. Now, goggles off. Clean brush. And then give me a moment. Oh, my hand's going to bloody sleep again. I ask you. So, and tonight I have lined up bacala calabrese. There's a really good continental deli up the road from where I currently live, and which conveniently will not be too far for me to go to when I move. And I have discovered there this marvelous stuff called bacala. And what it actually is, and it'll probably be something that you're quite familiar with in the Northern Hemisphere, sea salted cod. And yeah, I've got to say, as a cheap way of getting a good solid couple of fish meals in a week, boom, it's fantastic. So yeah, and the great thing about it is that, or about the meal itself, is it takes 20 minutes. It's 5 ingredients, and it tastes fantastic. Now, yes, hang on a moment, and splatch. Pardon me. Now, we're looking for, I'll zoom out just a little here. There we go. we're looking for the chrome parts. Now, obviously, as I said, there's the bolts. We're looking for colour C. Right. Handle of the steering wheel. We've got this done, but we'll redo that. Done them. It's more after the fact because there's a few of them to be done. Right. Our exhaust pipes. Mufflers. Rubbing. I've got to airbrush that. Well, if I paint those and then mask them, we should be all good in the hood, so we can do that. I will locate that part in due course. Now, in fact, why am I waiting to locate parts? Why don't I just get them out as I find them? Now, boom. I think I'm going to be needing that. I will know when I look further, obviously. Aha, good people. Aha. Ding. There. We are looking, I would suggest, possibly there. Now, other parts will emerge in due course. I am quietly confident, however. Actually, here's something to consider. Give me a moment. Did I get my exhausts out after all that? No, I did not. Ouch. Here they are. And one. And there's the other. We need those. I know they've got chrome on them. We need the bolts from there. Give me a moment. Something I'll quickly flick back on. Now, where is, I need two of these, and I know I have them. Let me just locate that. On that one. Where's he gone? It's here somewhere. Maybe Rob knows this to be true. Is it on one of the other sprues, perhaps? Possibly. What I'm looking for is, there should be two of these, and I need there to be two of those because chrome there. And also because, well, that's the parts. Now I'm starting to get a bit frustrated, but we will stay calm, we will. Because getting grumpy and shitty about this is not going to help. Let's just locate the part. Now, it is possible that it is in, because it's not clearly not in that box. That's okay. Let's just carefully go through here again. There might be, I wonder. I wonder. I reckon, guys, might be. There's a couple of places. Give me a moment. I'm just going to quickly. I reckon that the relevant part is in a tub, and it's not meant to be in there, but it is. Now, or it's, the reason I say that is because the kit got knocked and emptied some of its contents into the said tub, and I'm wondering if it's in there. I'll have a quick look, for fuck's sake. And if it is, fantastic, and if it's not, I'm going to have a quick look in the. It's not impossible that it's also in perhaps one of the Mustang, as in P51B, or even the one, most likely the P51. Oh, but we'll have a quick look at that. Oh, hey, Sprue, how are you doing? Oh, dearie me. Getting up then wasn't any fun at parties, I tell you. We'll have a quick look at... ouch. Now, give me a moment, guys. Hopefully this won't take long. I'm just checking that it's not in these boxes, because they're nice and easy to have a look at first. No, didn't think so. And no, I reckon I know exactly where it is. Not exactly, but at least where I can find it. I'm a bit annoyed. I'm pretty sure I saw both of them together, but never. There we have it. Let's have a look. See. Let's have a look. What the fuck is that? I've inadvertently started up my. I have a. Stop that. What's the term for it? It's a cleaning thing that I got for my airbrush and don't actually use because I found better to use. No, it's not. Oh, for fuck's sake. This fucking headset. Okay, it's not there. That's what this means is I require a more extensive look is probably what it means, but that I don't have time for right now. I will find the part. That's not a problem. Particularly with moving, that makes it almost a guaranteed you will find the part. Yeah, that's it. That was my next port of call on the what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I mean the obvious reference is the vibrator / dildo options. Yeah, totally. Now, what we shall do is just going to scan one more time. Sure you understand my desire. It might even be on the desk. That's not impossible either. Rubbing. Yes. I'll find it. Alrighty. Anyway, in we come. Boom. Now, what I'm getting next, get these. Ow. I've got a little cut on my thumb, and it's rather unpleasant in actuality, I must say. And, or at least it is occasionally unpleasant, in as much as it'll occasionally now have I put the bloody assembly instructions? Here they are. Right now. All right. So bing, bing, bing. That's coming around to the front. Here we go. Even a bit on the clear parts. Yep, there. And on the front, here we go. Ooh, there's our front grille. Ah, I see. They have the very, very center of that as white. Wow. Ah, and you know what? Now the grill itself. Here we go. They're going to give us a few more insights here, are they? Yeah, okay. More on clear stuff, okay, yep. Now, I would like it very much if they gave us a fix on exactly which black to put there. Otherwise, I would probably, before I do anything else, go actually do the jet black, you would think. And then you would do the chrome. Or do I want to? I can do it. Well, I don't. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Let me just also check what. Have they? Do they give us any better indications? Come on, guys. Well, they just say name. Surely you can work that out. Looks like they're applying the surely you can work that out principle. Hang on. There might be another way of assessing this. Oh, here we go. Ha! Nice one. They give you a bit of a color thing here. They've got two, got B and G, and this you've got to show you this too. This is comical. Whilst obviously they've got a color coding thing at the front. What I would look at that. If you were to do it just by visuals, really? Okay, that's fine. Now, scooch out. What I'm going to do is there is some jet black work to be done. And we're going to, which is to say, in fact, I may as well. We're going to do this. I had thought it. We'll get round to the chrome. Hang on. Or will we? We'll see. Actually, how long have we been going so far? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Slight change of plan. That's fine. That's all good. We're actually going to be applying a lot of the foundation in areas where we need to get, we'll then be applying our chrome. Now, the area I'm looking at is most particularly this dash. Scooch in a bit. There we go. Oh, dash, this front grille section. We're going to do that up and around. Hang on. The logo in it, right the way into there. And we're also going to want to be a little funky with it because we don't want to go swatch. We want to show a bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Bit of definition on that grill so it looks nice. Now, in the same vein, well, while we're doing that, we can also, I would suggest, do these because they're going to be something similar. A bit like Himmler with his balls. Yeah. Don't know if are familiar with that variant of. Oh, you probably would be. Of Hitler has only got one ball. There's two variants I know of. One is that is. The other is on the kitchen wall. His mother, the dirty bugger, hung it up there, and he was small. The other one being and this is with something similar. Only got one ball. Goering has two, but very small. Himmler has something similar. Boom. And poor old Goebbels has no balls at all. Yeah, but you got to say visually. I get that it's flat back and glossy black, but if you were to rely on pure visual capacity, if you know what I'm saying, you'd probably be having a bit of a day at the office on that front, I would suggest. Now, I've also spotted something else that makes me raise an eyebrow. Yes, it does. Give me a moment and I'll show you. Oh, that's cool. I've just seen how our mags ultimately come up. That's going to look very cool. We've got a rather good picky there. Boom. That will look nice. Yes. Because what you'll find is that there are little holes here, and what they do is that they go through. I can't show you because we've got them. On the other side of this, it's dark grey. And that's how I'm hanging to get that done just to show it. That's cool. It's going to be far easier if I just show you rather than when the time comes. But yeah. Anyway, how are we traveling on getting this mixed? Pretty good, I'd say. Now, wouldn't mind checking out if that needs to be a specific color. And don't give us an indication on as it being any specific color. I guess because there's a decal that goes there. Actually, here's something. We can do that too. All right, but I'm going to do that a slightly different color, just because. Why are there 4 of those they indicate? That doesn't sound right. Anyway. I see, said the blind man. It's a chrome part goes in there, that's why you don't need to worry about painting it. Jolly good. Happy with that as an outcome. All right. Let's have a look at that. No, it's not there. It's even... Where the hell is it? Nah. Don't worry about it. Not relevant. At the moment, at least. And actually, here's an interesting little detail. Right. Right. Ooh. Sorry, guys, I'm umming and ahhing, making funny noises. I'm speculating about a few things. Because what I want to quickly consider before I start. All right, if I'm going for a yellow with black, just considering what colour over the front would be. Would the front continue with black? No, it would need to be yellow, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, I'm just clarifying a couple of things for myself, which would then mean that that is indeed black. Fine. Actually, yeah, that's the way. Got it sorted. Okay, now what we're going to do, don't reckon we'd be needing these bits of sprue here. Or indeed, they're the one, they don't even attach to anything. I mean, really now. All right, let's get them out the way anyway. I do need these definitely out the way immediately. And alrighty, now file. Here they are, jolly good. Come back here, you. Yes, that was another thing I was going to get, wasn't it? Give me a moment, guys. That's rather good of them. Okay, that's our part there. That's part 45. Well, they've done rather well here. And what I wouldn't mind seeing if I can do is... I reckon I can. Excellent. Hopefully. There we go. Because that actually has a bit of black on it. Right at the very bottom. What they've done very kindly for us is give us a very clearly defined line. Bless their cotton socks. Now, get this stuff out of the way, as I don't actually require it now, as it turns out. That's fine. That's fine. Now, so there, and here. quickly do for one last thing I want to check is looking vertically. They'll hopefully, do they give us a vertical shot? Not really. What I'm looking to find out, give me a moment, I'm sure they will supply us with this data at some stage, is the colour around the surrounding parts of the vents. I'm pretty sure that would still be yellow in actuality. They were listed as blue, and that's fine. That's my theory. I just want to check that if I can. And they're not helping my cause. No, they are not. Okay. Right. Got my plan. Got my plan, Stan. Give us a bit more of a shake. And now there is on this one, we're going to need. Has that been hit with the surfacer? Anyway, feels like it. Oh, I've got to do a bit of filing, don't I? Oops, sorry guys. All right, now, rightio. Oakley dokley. One quick. I'm sorry guys, I know I'm being very particular, but it is what I do. Right. That's as I thought. Excellent. Rightio. We're going to do it, kids. Delay. Should probably have zoomed you out just a little. Boom. All right. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to start with a we're going to hack in first. We're going to do our edges. Goggles. So I'll cut in first, rather. Now, right. Now, there's going to be a bit of the usual tidy up sort of caper. Excuse me a moment, this brush isn't quite... there's a couple of things I want to do very quickly here. I'm going to get two brushes onto this actually. What I'm going to do... quickly clean this. Now that and that. And what I want to quickly do in here, thin that out a bit. Before I come in with this. Yeah, I see. Around this way. There we go. Across that way. Into there. Oops. This brush is not cutting the mustard. Now, I probably might as well give this one a quick clean so that it doesn't get all claggy, but I'll get rid of this other one. Having a bit of a fussy time with the brushes here. Never mind, we'll get that fixed. Yes, we will. Yeah, that one. This one doesn't need to be too clean, or well, it does, but if I'm going to do it at all, but I'll continue to use that one in due course. I could probably return to using this now. All right. I'm going to give it a crack because it is a good brush. It's just it was getting a little trying to sort the correct. The different bristles were going at wrong at various angles, and that is simply not what you want to work with. There we go. Do we? All right, get the rough one. There we go. There we go. I just want to go lightly over the top. And then what I'm going to do is actually, no, that should be fine as it is, I reckon. Do I want to thin it out is the question. The paint I'm talking about here. There we go. All right. That's one of the vents. Second vent. Yeah, I'm going to change this brush after all. I know I'm fussy. Then we'll get on to our front end, I believe is the correct term. Here we'll go with this one. Now, cross here. Now, just realised I should probably, actually there's a couple ways I can go around this one. You come here. I'm doing a fair bit of this, And then we're going to, you see, this is the thing. I know how I roll with this because I'm concerned about getting the paint to dry on the brushes before I've finished. But if I alternate here and there, it can work quite well for me. It's a way of keeping the brushes wet, is the theory. Now, all right. All right, we're going to hit the other brush for a little while. Come around into there. Naturally, I'll give you a zoom in when it's all done. Oops. Trickier than I thought. Never mind. There's still a little in there. There we go. Now, come into all right, almost there. Deary me. Then we'll do a little bit more, and then I'll zoom in. And these are the vents of some variety, I believe. But I'm not quite sure what their particular function is. I think it's where some of the air from, or for the aircon comes in, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Now, there, more into there. All righty. All righty. Very quickly, a couple more touches with this. Then we're going to clean the brushes and zoom in. Just into there we go. There we go. All right. I'm just going to quickly clean the brushes, and then I'll give you a zoom in on what we've just done. And then we're going to go on the front end, which is rather more elaborate. Actually, no, yeah. Anyway, let's clean. Now then, and rinse. Now, I've come to the realization I've made a substantial error of sorts, but it's one that I can work within the current circumstance to a point. I'll explain what that error is shortly and how I'm going to work with that quite easily. And then we can, yeah. Anyway, the mistake I've made, I've become aware, is that I'm quietly confident these don't actually have surfacer on them. I'm trying to feel for it. It doesn't have that rough feel. On the back, it shouldn't have. Now, in that circumstance, that's actually okay. Because what I can do is still do that little area of grill. And what I'll do, or do I want to do it that way? I don't know how I'll approach this. Let's just get on with the grill. Anyway, in the meantime, what I did just before, give me a moment, is, hang on, those. So we've got our vents there. Now, next is, and we're going to come in nice and close with this one because we're going to need to. When the other way of addressing lack of or not having used surfacer at this juncture is just to straight out do it. You can frequently get around that by just doing another coat. It's not rocket science. There is that option. And I may well do that option. Anyway, now, here we go. Now this, let me just, yeah, we're good. This is a location where we're going to want to be very precise. And I'll show you why shortly. Now, there we go, around there. Good. Very good. Whew. Actually, I'm liking the way that's going to come up already. You can see. Yeah, there. Around there. Yeah, you just want, yeah, baby. Now, Got a little bit heavy-handed there. Now we're getting there. Now I'm liking what I see here. Looking forward to giving you a zoom in on this one. Actually, you know what? Once I've done this upper area here, and a certain point there, most of this would be better off being airbrushed anyway. I reckon it'll require some careful masking, but that's fine. That's both in black and yellow colours. There we go. Ha-ha! Now what I'm ha-haing about, I'll quickly show you before we... I'm a bit chipper about how that's looking. Boom! That's the shit, kids. That is making me a happy camper. Now that we've identified or cleared that, we're going to go actually just finish a little more around that. And then we're pretty sound. Okay, so and around here. There we go. And around there. You see those inner areas are chrome. Well, at least have chrome on the outside. So we're going to want to make them nice and clear. Now, these edges. Up here. Getting there. Now, All right. Oh, Bill Clumsy there. Alrighty. Once this one's done, I would say I'm probably going to wind the stream up for today. And we'll see how we travel. I might do this clear part as well. We'll see how we go. In fact, I reckon I will do this clear part as well. All right. Now, very quickly, get Mr. Ruffy in. Now, I really like the fact that you can clearly actually see the Mustang on the front there. Now it's coming together. Now, all right. All right. Starting to look quite nice there, in fact. Now, a little bit more into there. Across there. Oh, yeah. Notwithstanding a few tidy ups, that's really coming together very nicely now. I'll give you a zoom in shortly. What I'm going to do while I quickly think is clean this brush. Now, do you know what? I've changed my mind on something. I've changed my mind, I've changed my mind, I've changed my mind. That was a housemate of mine's ringtone for a while. Not quite sure why it worked for him, but never mind. Everybody has their own little... I've got to get some actual music onto my bloody new phone so that I can get a decent ringtone happening. At the moment I'm operating very much on just default one in the system. It used to be the James Bond theme. I kind of liked that because I would always suggest to people that Mrs. Moneypenny was calling, or alternatively have them make jokes about, well, that's your cover blown. Now we're getting the look. Oh, that is, yeah, that's what you want. Yeah, baby. Looking forward to zooming in on that one, actually. There we go. Oh, yeah. That's sexy as all hell. Now, give me a moment. That's the ticket. All right. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff. Hang on. Small. Oh, that's just, yeah. All right. I'm going to quickly clean this brush, and I'll give you a zoom in. Yeah, that looks good. And then... here's a question, kids. The question is, that part there, what colour's that? Because it doesn't look like the... that's not, surely not the... No, it's definitely not the tail fin. Give me a moment. What part number is it? Anyway, first I'll give you a zoom in. Then we'll worry about that. Now, front grille. Very happy with how that's looking. Particularly with, let me see if I can get a bit of better focus. With the actual horse logo being that clear, that's pretty good. Happy with that. So yeah. Now, this is part number 42. Now, where does part number 42 go? What colour is it? 42. P. Not that it matters, because that's not the colour we're doing. Just a little curious now. Aluminium in effect. All right, we'll worry about that later anyway. Now, next on our agenda No, what that is, it goes on. Actually, I'll even do it. Better way of doing it is possibly to actually show you the relevant thing. Give me a moment. Further in it would be. Here we go. Oh, wait, no, it's a question. Oh, no, the colour is the question, but that's 42 there. And that is P, which is aluminium with 1% gloss, which one my take is really. That's 50, which is not there, but that's going to be jet black because we're going for the yellow with black. There we go. Now, my next move here. I see. Yeah, that would make sense. All right. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get a not overly substantial, but a good size brush. That's probably a little too much. Oh, that's just too much. Or is it? Let's have a look at what other options we have here. Okay, we'll go with decisions, boys and girls. Actually, a good friend, Mr. Tamir. Yeah, this is the one for the job, I would suggest. Now, next, I'm going to go into there. And we're going to come down here. Really. And once we've gotten this part clearly defined, all right. Now, got a little clumsy in some parts there, but that's normal, let's face it. Now, yeah, that's how I want it to look. That's going to be good. As far as once I've gotten this done, I'll be able to give you some insight into how I plan to layout, the how the color scheme's going to look. Yeah. All right. All right. Now, we come into here. There we go. I made an interesting discovery yesterday when I was packing some books. And the interesting discovery is I have a number of books about Mercedes-Benz. Now, the reason this is interesting, particularly interesting at least in this context of modeling, is that I have a Mercedes-Benz to build. And that's the one I want to turn into the W24. Now, I'm unsure as to what extent the books would cover that, but it certainly have good pictures of the original version, which will help me in my assessments of a few things. They might have some good detail on the W24, you never know. For those unfamiliar, the W24 was now, try and remember what the original designation of the luxury vehicle in question was. But ultimately, a dozen were made into the W24 variant for the Nazi High Command. And some of them still exist, obviously in display in museums and stuff, but at the end of the day, they have a longer wheelbase and greater passenger capacity. And that'll be the trick to put in. Is extending that wheelbase to that point, and yeah. Now, we've set ourselves up quite well on this front area now well, actually, our next one could even be the yellow. Really. Because that's even underneath. I'll explain shortly. Now, all right. Now we're getting there. Still got to do that underneath area, of course. Not all of it, though. There's a portion that needs to be kept clean. All right. Now, I need a fairly crisp brush to get into those actually. So what we'll do, well, I've got this one. You're going to do all those areas. That we can do with this brush, and then we'll cut in with the small brush. That would be the plan. Alrighty. Wonder if we need to paint the back of this. Wouldn't. Oh, might need to. There's something to give some consideration to. Anyway, now. Alright, so with that there. Alright. Okay, dearie me. Alright, next we do this end. To about that extent. All the way through there, then a small brush, and then that front end is done in this colour. A fair bit of work it is too. Now, in fact, all right, I might even get a bigger brush out to take care of that. Yeah, we'll see. because it'll just be easier and quicker, ultimately. Whew, dear, oh dear, eh? Now, almost there. Deedly. All right. And around. Oops. And into there. And into here. All right. All right. All right. Now. All right. Now. We could do the more detailed element now. Actually, it doesn't really matter which way around I do it, but I will do the thinner bits first, and then rinse. And we're getting there now. So, thin brush. Let's put the lid back on the thinner, shall we? Dear, oh dear, eh? Now. All right. Almost there with this brush. All right. Deary me. So much painting, eh? Now, next. And oops, got a little carried away there. Or did I? No, I didn't. There we go. Now we're getting there. Now, now we are getting there. Clean this brush, trot out the big brush. And then that'll be the front end done. Dear oh dear. And then I reckon I will have a crack at that clear part. Because then I've got a whole stack of this colour done, and I'm going to be pretty happy with that. All right. Yeah, that's going to look sweet. And actually, I might even be able to use... no, I won't. Aha! And oh, so close to getting this done now. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Hee. Now, hang on. Beautiful. Very happy with what I've achieved today. Now, today's a Monday, so I should probably start getting my shit together on a few fronts. All right. No, okay. We'll get our bit of cardboard. Come on, focus properly, damn you. Okay, there we go. Anyway, there's our front end in its jet black colour. You can see I've done underneath there, on top there. Now there's a strip of yellow and then chrome to go into there. You can see that strip of yellow is very, very fine. It's going to be yellow around there. And what that's ultimately going to correlate to, if you give us a moment, then I'm going to clean the brush. You can see that that's going to go to there. So our line of black will scooch along there. We'll have a black bonnet, black tail fin. So yeah, that's going to work real nice. Yeah. All right. Now, let's have a look at this part. I might even feel confident enough to try this brush. It's a fairly wide stripe, and our paint is quite thick at the moment. If I get my goggles on, I'm going to do this right here, right now. Now, give me. There we go. Almost done for the day in this colour. If I can get this part done, I will be very happy with the progress we've made today. Now, give me a moment. Do I need to do some? Are we good? Now, toothpick time is definitely required here. Oops. Oops, it is. Now, and once I've gotten this side done, ultimately I will need to do the inside, but not today, because I want this side to dry first. Wow. This strip has proven harder than I thought. Yeah, it's coming along, isn't it? I'm pretty happy with it. Now, I think this is the, I'm not sure if it's the front or the back window. Doesn't really matter. Either way, it's got to be done. I would suggest it is the front, and I'll tell you why. Because of that little mark there, that's where the rear vision mirror will probably go. Forward, tended to, there's different ways different manufacturers attach rear vision mirrors. Ford, I don't know if they still do, but certainly in the models I've driven, tend to have a little disc in the middle of the windscreen on which the rear vision mirror sort of hangs. And the downside to that is that certainly over here, the Australian sun can look at that and go, yeah, is that what you reckon? And actually melt the glue, cause your rear vision mirror to drop off, which is less than ideal. It won't do it randomly, and it's not an often occurring thing, but you know, It is a thing. Now, almost done, guys. This wasn't the colour I had planned to be working on, but at the end of the day, that's fine. We've done well with it. We've gotten a lot of shit done. It's going to make our life a lot easier in due course. All right, almost. Yay. And all right, bam. So we got that done. Might as well take this as, let me clean my brush and we'll go through a bit of a stroll through of what we done today and what Rob did. Yeah, we got a bit done. Pretty chipper with it. Now, we'll give this a quick rinse, and then I'll show you what I've done. Now, as this, I've shown you the window already, and we will very quickly just blip, and we got the front end happening. I'm really liking how the actual pony sticks out. We got these vents going on. Oh, they're looking quite crisp, actually, aren't they? Overall, happy with that. You can see the windscreen wipers there as an aside. I'm also curious to find out if that bottle there needs to be a colour. You'll find these things out. Don't you worry. Now, other things we got done, we refreshed some of the steel, but it's looking so much better for that I think it's a pretty good outcome. We got our, yeah, there we go. There's our drive shaft, whatever the hell that's meant to be. Yeah, it's coming along now. Coming along now. Alrighty. That is me done for today. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. First time viewers, now you know what I'm going to suggest. Follow, like, or subscribe. Pretty simple. If you'd like to track me down on other platforms, I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. And yet again, we come to follow, like, or subscribe. Again, hello. Thank you, David. Now, tomorrow I'll be back. We'll be doing more on the Boss Mustang. And yeah, then this time we'll probably get onto the chroming. Thank you, Bassman. Yeah. And yeah, tomorrow I think chroming and whatever else we can get onto. And that will probably be the last time I do the Boss Mustang before I move house. Wow. Ha! So, yeah. All right. And then it might even be a week, because like I said, the week I'm moving house, I'll probably work on the Viking. And then when I get back from the hospital, we'll get down to the nitty-gritties, kids. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. All right. Well, with all of that said, there's only one thing I really need to say now. And that is that I'll be back tomorrow at a similar kit time and on the same kit channel. Hopefully I'll catch you good people then. See yous.